In the world of sports, there are legends, there are champions, and then there are those who redefine the very limits of human potential. Today, we are talking about a man who has done exactly that, a man whose name is etched into the history of arm wrestling with an iron grip that no one has been able to break. A force of nature, a juggernaut unlike anything we have ever seen. He is not just the strongest arm wrestler in the world today, he is the strongest of all time. His name is Levan Saginashvili, and this is the story of his unprecedented reign. Levan Saginashvili was born on September 15, 1988, in the country of Georgia, a land known for its warriors, its iron-willed athletes, and its deep-rooted passion for strength sports. But even in a place where strength is a way of life, Levan stood out. From a young age, it was clear he wasn't just strong, he was different. He had a gift that few possess, but like all great champions, raw talent was only the beginning. It was his relentless pursuit of excellence that turned him into a monster. Unlike many who enter the world of arm wrestling as a childhood passion, Levan's journey to greatness was unconventional. He first trained in combat sports, practicing judo and grappling. These disciplines built his athletic foundation, explosiveness, endurance, mental toughness. But then he found arm wrestling, or rather, arm wrestling found him. It was here, at the table, where Levan's true calling was revealed. A sport that requires not just brute strength, but technique, strategy, and an iron will to dominate. Once he discovered arm wrestling, everything changed. He dedicated himself to mastering it, and when Levan sets his mind to something, he doesn't just do it, he becomes the best. The first time the world took notice of the strongest of all time was in the early 2010s. Competing in local and national tournaments, he began crushing every opponent who dared to stand across from him. His hands were bigger, his wrists thicker, his arms stronger, and as he honed his craft, his power became frightening. By 2017, the world had no choice but to acknowledge what was happening. This was no ordinary champion. This was something different, a competitor who was so physically dominant that even the best in the world were left powerless. The European Championships, the World Arm Wrestling Championships, Levan wasn't just winning, he was obliterating his competition. And in 2018, he captured the title of Top 8 champion, proving beyond any doubt that he was the strongest on the planet. And yet, he was still evolving. The thing that makes Levan truly terrifying is that he never stops improving. Most champions reach the peak and plateau. Levan, he only gets stronger. So, what makes him untouchable? What separates the strongest of all time from every other arm wrestler in history? The answer lies in his training. Brutal, relentless, superhuman. Levan doesn't train like a normal human. His workouts are designed to push his body beyond limits that seem impossible. His hands, wrists, forearms, and biceps take the kind of punishment that would break an average man in half. He lifts weights that most heavy lifters wouldn't dare attempt. Thick bar curls, wrist rolls, hammer lifts, cable pulls, all designed to turn his arm into an unbreakable pillar of strength. His grip strength alone is otherworldly. Imagine shaking hands with a hydraulic press. That's what it feels like to grab Levan's hand. The moment he locks up, you know you're not getting out, and that's before he even starts applying pressure. His endurance is just as remarkable. While most arm wrestlers gas out after a few rounds, Levan keeps going. His ability to maintain peak strength round after round is one of the most terrifying aspects of his game. It's not just about power, it's about sustaining that power while others break. And then there's his size. Standing at 6'3" and weighing over 400 pounds, he is quite literally the biggest elite arm wrestler in history. His sheer mass, combined with his explosive power, makes him an immovable object. You can't tire him out, you can't overpower him, and you certainly can't surprise him. It's why, for years, no one has been able to stop him. Many have tried to challenge the strongest of all time, and many have failed. In the modern era of professional arm wrestling, no one has come close to dethroning him. His dominance isn't just about winning, it's about how he wins. While most champions face tough battles, Levan destroys his opponents. He doesn't just beat them, he sweeps them. 6-0 victories, crushing force, absolute control. His sheer power is so overwhelming that elite competitors, men who have trained for years, have walked away from the table in disbelief. One of his most defining moments came in 2022 when he faced Devon, one of the greatest technical arm wrestlers in history. The match was hyped as a battle for the ages, a clash of strength versus technique. But the reality? It was a massacre. Levan annihilated Lariat without breaking a sweat, proving once again that strength, true, undeniable, unstoppable strength, reigns supreme. Since then, the question has not been who will beat Levan, but rather, can he even be beaten? The legacy of the strongest of all time. Levan Saginashvili is not just a champion, he is a phenomenon. He has redefined the sport, shattering expectations, and set a new benchmark for dominance. The strongest man to ever grip an arm wrestling table. No one has come close to replicating what he has done. No one has displayed this level of absolute superiority. And unless something drastic changes, it may be years, decades even, before we see another competitor who can rival him. So, what's next? Who can possibly step up to the challenge? Some say it could be an up-and-coming talent, someone still building their strength in the shadows. Others believe that no man alive will ever match his power. But one thing is certain. Until that day comes, Levan Saginashvili stands alone at the top, the undisputed king, the strongest of all time. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the legend of Levan Saginashvili, hit that like button, subscribe for more in-depth sports documentaries, and let us know in the comments, do you think anyone can defeat the strongest of all time? Or will his reign continue indefinitely? Thanks for watching.